Two of the delightful folks I've met through YouTube are a guy who's been told he looks like the 10th Doctor and a woman who's been told she looks like Castle's daughter. Liam and Kayley did a pair of videos based on one of those tag memes that constantly ripple through the community. This one, Disney, 9 questions. 1. A scene in any Disney movie you wish you could experience. Does Pixar qualify? If yes, then flying in a house under balloons. If no, getting really high on champagne and hallucinating pink elephants. I think sometimes we gloss over how much of a business innovator Disney was. Though he died nearly 40 years ago before YouTube was founded, Walt Disney pioneered many of the ways professional YouTubers make money. 2. An unforgettable experience moment you've had at the Disney parks. Unforgettable, no contest. Small World song. After all, literally unforgettable. After all, stand outside and watch the innocent kids queuing up and know that something is about to enter their brains that will never ever leave it. The ultimate earworm. I got infected by It's a Small World 2 years before the song even got to Disneyland. I'll explain that in answer number 4. Selling songs, selling merch, getting people into a park to sell them songs and sell them merch. 3. What non-Disney song or songs reminds you or brings back memories of Disney or the parks? Any of the classical pieces from Fantasia. I hear Beethoven's Sixth, I see centaurs, Rite of Spring, dinosaurs. Don't get me wrong, I love Fantasia, but on some level it is just wrong. Although parts of it are perfect. Almost everything YouTubers do now has parallels in the Disney business model, including the growing dependence on studios, networks, collaboration, and sponsorships, and working with people who know how to do the things you can't do yourself. 4. When was the first time you went to a Disney park? For the first 12 years of my life, there was no such thing as a Disney park. Think about that. And then there was one, but just one, Disneyland in Anaheim. But I lived on the other side of the country, and I didn't get out there for another 19 years. I was in my 30s the first time I went to Disneyland, but I would argue, and I will, that my first visit to a Disney park was 10 years earlier in Queens, New York. The New York World's Fair, 1964, I worked there. And Disney was a major supplier of exhibits to the corporations at the fair. That's where I first heard It's a Small World, after all. Well, not literally after all. Actually, before most. I was among the first 50,000 people to hear it. Disney did Small World for Pepsi, Carousel of Progress for GE, Magic Skyway for Ford, and Meet Mr. Lincoln for the state of Illinois. And everything they did for the World's Fair got moved out to Disneyland when the fair closed. That's where I saw most of it 10 years later, in the summer of 1974, about a week before Nixon resigned. Disney, like Steve Jobs, was amazing at attracting the talent who could actually create the things he wanted to see happen. 5. If you could choose any of the characters to be your best friend, who would you choose? Well, that's easy. John Lasseter, hands down. Is that cheating? Ursula the Sea Witch. Well, much better to have her as a friend than an enemy. That's a business decision. Walt driving his staff to make Snow White, the first full-length animated feature in the 1930s, has lots of parallels with Steve driving his team to create the first Macintosh in the 1980s. They both sucked up huge amounts of free overtime. But then Disney actually canceled his practice of profit sharing, hogged all of the credit, got very arbitrary about bonuses, and lost some of his best animators to a strike in 1941. 6. Who are your favorite Disney princesses? Pass. Okay, Princess Leia. Come on, she's a Disney princess now. The Disney brand goes beyond entertainment. It's about promoting a set of values and virtues and a bland, misremembered nostalgia, or as some would put it, an imperialistic cultural hegemony. 7. Name a scene, moment in any Disney movie that never fails to make you cry. Dumbo visiting his mother in the jail. Is it a little odd that we've anointed a corporation to make our myths for profit? Didn't that used to be the role of the church? 8. What is the first Disney movie you remember seeing? Song of the South. First movie of any kind that I saw. I was 3.5, and the whole controversy about happy slaves on the plantation just passed me by at that age. But that's the reason the film isn't currently available. It's an extreme example of the verb to Disneyfy something. What? You think slavery was cruel and inhuman? Wait till you see the Disney version. Zippity-doo-dah. Disney sucks up gritty literature, folklore, and history and spits out the cuddly, family-friendly Disney version. In go the Brothers Grimm, out pop the Seven Dwarves. Cute names. Instant trivia question. Kipling, Lewis Carroll, Shakespeare, Victor Hugo, put them together, and what have you got? Bibbidi-bobbidi-boo. 9. What is your favorite Disney movie? One favorite? One film to rule them all. Can't do that. In the Disney era, I'll take Dumbo. There's an ease and lightness about it that sets it apart from most of the studio's work, which, although always amazing, sometimes feels a little overmanaged and labored. In the Katzenberg era, I will take the Genie's free associating anarchy in Aladdin, and in the Lasseter era, I'll go with Tangled, but I have a feeling that's just going to be until I get around to watching Wreck-It Ralph. Disney has plenty of modern rivals in secular mythology, J.K. Rowling for one, the Vlogbrothers for two more. Disney's now on a campaign to acquire rival myth makers, already gobbled up the Muppets, Marvel, and Star Wars. Wonder how long before the Disney parks open Nerdfighteria Land. Or maybe Hank will just go ahead and build a theme park in Montana. But my favorite Disney of all isn't a film. It's comic books written and drawn by Carl Barks, mainly featuring Donald, the nephews, and Uncle Scrooge, a character he invented. These are brilliant examples of imagination, storytelling, design. They're currently being reprinted by Fantagraphics in beautiful editions. You should check them out if you can. The Carl Barks Library. Until next time, I'm Nicola. DVD extras. Can you help me understand the princesses? I don't really get it. Maybe there's something useful in fantasizing about being a princess that helps a girl get through life. But what is that? To be fair, girls started wearing costumes of the Disney heroines all on their own decades ago. But then, in the late 1990s, when he noticed what was happening, the head of Disney Consumer Products, Andy Mooney, smelled a customer-pleasing opportunity. He invented Disney Princesses as a merchandising brand. They have done more than $4 billion in sales. $4 billion jumping from our pockets to theirs. Mommy, Daddy, I want. The brand is officially about fairy tales, fantasy, romance, royalty, and transformation. Okay, I can go along with most of that, maybe not the royalty part. Disney claims the princesses are now the #1 toy brand for dolls and role play among girls 2 to 5. It doesn't stop at 5. It's also the #1 girls licensed toy brand in the United States among all girls. Oh, for pity's sake, lighten up, Nicola. It's just cosplay. You're telling me you never dressed as Hopalong Cassidy as a kid? I'm not knocking Disney. They've done amazing things, attracted brilliant talent, filled our world with joy and delight and the occasional fright and tear. I have a shelf full of their movies, more than one shelf. I'm just not completely comfortable with the relentless engine that winds up putting so much pressure on parents' wallets.